Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll get a preview of the men's basketball season, and my guest today knows a little thing about the men's basketball season, and that's head coach Phil Cunningham. Phil, thanks for joining me here today.
Aaron, thanks for having me. Great to be here.
And got a season coming up right around the corner, but before we get into that, let's talk about some preseason fun the team had. Trojan Madness, it was a fun, outrageous experience. It's got to be a good way to kick off the season.
It was a great idea. Give credit to Kevin Thomas. Kevin Thomas came to me back in the summer, our senior, Kevin Thomas, and came and said, "Coach, what are we going to do? Are we doing some kind of madness event to kick off the season?" I said, "Kevin, I don't know, but we'll do everything in our power to make it happen." And put a lot of minds together and student involvement. Derek Brewster and Sadaris Williams and Mike Frigge and Tony Ferrante from marketing, athletic marketing, put some minds together and just came up with a great event. Chick-fil-A was the corporate sponsor, and it was a great night. There, as many students as I've seen in the arena for basketball events since I've been here. So the team, the coaches, I think everybody had a fun night, and then just a terrific way to jumpstart heading into the season.
Of course, was it kind of scary to have the players in a dunk contest preseason?
Well, it was a little scary, particularly when some of the dunks that they tried to do. The crazy one was when Aaron O'Reilly rolled the ball rack out there right in front of the rim and literally jumped the ball rack. So of course, the coach I'm seeing, well, he's going to hang his foot on the ball rack and go tumbling down. And so thank goodness we survived that. But it was the dunk contest was an interesting part, probably the most exciting part of the whole night. But everything about it was really positive, starting with the band. We had the entire band there, and that was the first time I'd ever seen the entire Sound of the South in the arena at one time, and they were incredible. It's like a free concert. I just sat back and enjoyed that.
And, of course, hoping that enthusiasm carries over for the remainder of the season. Let's talk about that season and your expectations for the season. You've been in practice. What are you seeing out of the team in practice going into the season?
Well, we've got 9 new players. We only have 2 players that were on the court last year. 3 other players were in the program sitting out. So it's been a really interesting preseason from the sense there's been so much teaching going on. When you have 9 new guys, and the more you teach, it slows down the progress. But we knew that going in, and then we've had a couple of injuries that have really affected our preseason. So our preseason probably hasn't been where we wanted it to be from a coaching standpoint. We haven't got as much done because of the newness, and then also because of the injuries. But we've been very pleased with our guys' effort, and I think they're like every other team in America right now from a college basketball perspective. They're ready to start playing someone else, and we're ready or not, it's here.
And of course, talking about being ready, this is season number 2 for you. You've got one under your belt. How are you feeling? They've felt the comfort and maybe some of the nerves of the first season outweigh, and now you're moving into the second season.
Yeah, certainly. This time last year, there was so many unknowns, from our being a new coaching staff and in a new situation, and I think we're beyond all that right now. But now we're basically have a brand new team, and now the nervousness comes from, okay, how are we going to do? How is this guy going to do? How are these guys going to be doing together? And we're pleased with the talent level, with our athleticism, and again, we just got some inexperience that we've got to get by. But we're going to learn on the fly with our schedule. We're going to learn in the heat of the battle.
And we're talking about that schedule. A lot of fans have got your second game on the calendar. But first off, your first match. Who you taking on in this first game?
Sunday night, November 14th, we open up with Bruton Parker, an NAIA school from Georgia. Then we head into as tough a 3-game stretch as anybody in our league will face all year. We play Ole Miss at home, then we go to Georgia on the 21st, and then we go to Southern Miss on the 25th. And all 3 of those teams are veteran-laden teams. Ole Miss is bringing back 4 starters. Georgia has 3 starters back. Southern Miss has 3 starters back. So when you look at our roster, and we have 7 years of total Division I experience, and Ole Miss's starting backcourt, their 2 guards, have 6 years between them, and our whole team's got 7. So it'll just be it'll be a very challenging portion of the schedule. But I keep telling people this team that we have is going to get better and better every day, and as the season progresses, when we get everybody back healthy and we start gaining some game experience from some of these guys who haven't had it, I think by the time we go into league play, we've got a chance to be pretty good.
All right. Well, here's hoping that that experience will move on, and once the league play hits, you'll hit that stride that you're looking forward to.
We're going to get there.
All right. Well, good luck on the season, and thanks for joining me.
Thank
today.
you, Aaron.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.